All right, guys, so everyone on their desk needs a whiteboard, their notebook, and you need your focus and your spice. Now, sadly, third period, we've wasted a good amount of time today, so I'm not going to be able to help you as much as I have in other classes, but the goal is to help you on your focus and your spice today. So please take those out. Now, I have a couple of notes that I need to add because I went over the test very well this morning. If you were here for my morning tutoring session, we did go over the multiple choice questions in the back of your book, and I had extra time, so I did go over some of the answers. I did go over the test, and so I want to cover some of that for you. Annie, what's up?
Is there going to be another tutoring session tomorrow?
No, just on Wednesdays. All right.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine, sir. All right, so something I do want you to add to your notes. Now, if I'm asking you to add to your notes right now in very laid out terms, do you think it's probably on your test tomorrow? Yes. So you need to know that the Fourth Crusade is going to sack Rome. The Fourth Crusade is going to sack Constantinople. Sorry. The Fourth Crusade is going to sack Constantinople, and Constantinople will never recover. Now, think about it. If these are crusaders, what religion are they?
Christians.
If they are going to Constantinople, what religion is Constantinople?
Christians.
So, it's Christians killing?
Christians.
Yes, they're going to destroy it. Now, why do you think people from Western Europe are killing and destroying Constantinople, which is filled with Christians? Why? Nathan? Not really. That's not really a huge component of it. So we're getting past just the religious component. What is it, Colton? Yeah, they're a bunch of brutes, a bunch of morons who are like, oh my god, let's go steal some stuff from them. Look how big the city is. So they go and steal a bunch of stuff. It is also jealousy of economic wealth. That's it. So they go and steal a bunch of stuff and destroy the city. So much so that during the Fifth Crusade, the Muslims are going to conquer Constantinople in 1453. The Ottoman Turks are going to take it over, and it's directly caused because of the Christians went into the city. Do you think that Constantinople was defending themselves about a bunch of Christians coming in? No, they let them in. They're like, oh, Christians, cool, come on in. And then once the Christians got in, they were like, yes! And then they started destroying the whole city. So Constantinople is going to be sacked by the Fourth Crusade. It was done out of malice and jealousy over wealth. Colton? Not really. What do you got, Annie?
So is that like the fall of Constantinople?
It's going to weaken them significantly. So during the Fifth Crusade in 1453, the Ottoman Turks are going to take it. What do you got?
So for the focus, it said that the Kevin Ross would.
Kievan Russians?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they would They,
Kevin Ross. I was like, who the hell is Kevin?
Yeah.
I don't even have a Kevin this year.
Anyway, so. Thanks, I feel so great about myself. Anyway.
Why? That's hilarious. It's so funny.
Anyway, so it said that the prince, like, whenever he was unhappy with what he got, he would just like raid the Byzantine Empire. How was he like never caught? Because it said that they were like.
Well, because you don't really want to. Okay, so there's a precedent that you don't kill kings. As a king or an emperor, you don't kill other kings or emperor. Why? Why? Okay, cool, fine. They're chosen by God. I can also say, I'm a AP World teacher because God chose me to be a AP World teacher. Cool. Like, who cares? Jake?
Because then it would show people that they could do that to their king.
Yeah! If you start killing kings, everyone's going to start killing kings. And as a king, what's the last thing you want? To be killed. So, in all of history, we typically let the world leader or the king go. We don't kill him. Like, Napoleon is released twice to prison camps. No one kills the guy. And he escapes once. Okay? Why didn't they kill Napoleon? Because the government coming up was like, oh, if we kill Napoleon, then that just says, oh, they're allowed to kill us, right? If we kill former presidents of the United States, if we kill one former president, what's that going to do to justify for the future president? We can kill him. Yeah, absolutely. We can just assassinate him. That's not something we want. Okay? So we don't do it, and that's why. So they're going to catch him. They're going to kill a bunch of his staff. They may kill, like, a daughter. They're not going to kill a son because that's the heir of the throne. They may kill the second son as punishment, but they won't kill the direct heir because they don't want to start that process. All right. What?
So that precedent, what was it like where did it come? Like, what was it?
Oh, the Romans were doing this. Everyone was like, yeah. They if you screwed up, they would. You don't typically kill the kings.
Like a written law or something like that?
No, it's like an unspoken law because you don't want them coming up and doing it to you.
Okay.
I mean, you're going to see it time and time again. The only time we really kill the king is during the Russian Revolution. It was done by accident. Yeah, they killed the Romanovs by accident. Yeah, they assassinated the whole damn family.
It's not an accident.
Well, no one put a gun to some chick's face and shot her in the face. This is how they killed him. That's how they killed the Romanovs. But like, it was done not on the direct order of Stalin, of Lenin. It was done because people were scared and they're like, if we kill him, they won't know we killed him. What? So anyway, all right. The other thing you need to know that the Byzantine Empire is the most literate empire in the world. What does that mean? During period 3, of course, not like now. Morgan, what does that mean? Yeah, most people can read and write. Who can raise your hand and tell me why is Constantinople / Byzantine Empire the most literate place in the world? Why logically does that make perfect sense? Nathan?
Because didn't Justinian want...
No. That's Charlemagne, and Charlemagne's in Western Europe, not Eastern Europe. Philip? Yes! Hi! Do you think it's easy to keep track of all the goods you own if you're not writing things down? Do you think it's easy to run a business if you can't do basic math and seeing where I'm making money and where I'm losing money? No. So they have so much trade going on that they can't manage it. So Byzantine Empire is the most literate place in the world because of all the trade going down. What do you got, Annie?
But wasn't like Rome like a really good, or like the Roman Empire was like a really good like trade center? So like why wouldn't they?
They're not getting tons and tons of trade coming out. You have individuals selling goods, but you're not having massive trade and the wealth status that's coming through Constantinople. Constantinople is going to be the wealthiest city in the history of the world at that moment.
What were they like?
If you were making pots and you were just making pots, okay, Annie, you could keep track of your damn pots, couldn't you? Yeah, I got 6 big ones, 6 medium, 6 small ones. What kind of pots do you need? However, if I have goods coming in from a wagon that are coming from across the world, essentially, that are worth thousands of dollars, and there's tons of different stuff from all different places that you personally didn't curate, is it easier or harder to keep track of? Well, there you go. You have a future job in trading then. Stockbroker is for you then. All right. So those are the big key things. Those are the only additional things you need to know. On your whiteboard, here we go. Let's review real quick. I'm going to get to your folks. Yeah, that's it. You have everything you need to know.
That was one.
There's one question on Kievan Russia on your test. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what sect of Christianity are the Kievians? Think about it logically. It makes perfect sense. What sect are the Kievians? What are they, Sophia? There you go. That's the one question on your test about the Kievians. Eastern Orthodox. Yeah.
That's what you asked this morning, right? Yeah, okay. I was like,
It's Eastern Orthodox.
Really?
That's your only question on the Kievians. I told you earlier in the week that it's all pretty much Byzantines, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Byzantines. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the general, what is the name of the guy during the Golden Age? What is the name of the Byzantine ruler during the Golden Age? Come on. Good. What is it? Blake. Justinian. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is his wife's name? Oh, did we not do our primaries and maps? Can you please pass Kylie your maps and Evan your primaries? Do not put them in order. Just collect them for me. You just separate them out. That'd be great. Don't put them in order, then. I know, it's gross. But they still get full credit, but it's just wrong.
Green and blue.
Green and blue, friend.
So there wasn't another blue thing for, she said a crayon for coloring water.
That's fine. That's fine. We're just talking about how someone colored their land red. Yeah, it's just awful. But they still get points. What? Google it, man. It's all there. They look like honestly, they look like the boats from, like, the lifeboats from the Titanic. Have you ever seen, like, the Titanic?
No.
You've ever seen it? It's like, like 30, 40 people. Like, they're not huge, but they're not that big. All right, here we go. If you could just put them in a pile, that'd be great. Huh? They had some. On your whiteboard, please tell me, who can raise your hand and tell me why is Theodora so popular? Why is she so popular? Kaiser.
Because she came from a poor background, so she's supposed to support, she's rich now.
There you go. She's doing everything she can to support the poor. When she becomes wealthy, she doesn't forget where she comes from, and that makes her very loved and popular. You need to know her name. She's on your test, and we study 6 women all year.
All with.
6. So, give my girl some respect, and you will know her name. Yes, there's 6 of them. You can handle it. What? She's one of the 6. We got 5 more to go. Shoot me in the face. What do you got?
Oh yeah, did like her like supporting the poor more like upset the wealthier class?
To a degree, but at the end of the day, wins favor with them.
Okay.
It wins favor with them. Now, on your whiteboard, what is the name of the system where land was given to a general, then the general gives it to its soldiers, and this will eventually help the peasants? What is that system called? What do you got for me, Emerson?
Theme system.
Theme system. And why does the theme system help the peasants? How we say that it really assists the peasants. Why does it really assist, Emerson?
Because the peasants were usually tied to their landowners, so by joining the army and not having to like deal with landowners, they get land and they don't have to like participate in the military. So they
There you go. What else, Ron?
Wasn't this like soldiers from the peasant class?
They're from the peasant class, and now they're getting land for the first time, which is what Emerson is talking about. Keep in mind, the fastest way to grow wealth is to own property. In 2018, that is the same thing, which is why the United States limited minorities and African Americans from purchasing land in the Jim Crow eras. Why? To keep them financially unstable, which is easier to manipulate people when they're financially unstable. Like, for instance, I own a condo. We bought it 7 years ago. 6 years ago? 7 years ago? I don't know, something like that. I bought it for $225,000. Right now, it's worth over $300,000. That is awesome. Now, if the Rays baseball stadium comes downtown, it's going to be worth even more. Yes. But who knows if it's coming. So, that is the easiest way to accrue wealth, is by owning property. However, can you own property if you don't have any wealth? It's very, very hard. The theme system distributes wealth to its peasants who are loyal, and that's why. Cynthia.
So, since they were considered peasants and they own land, would they be considered free peasants, or would it be?
They're free peasants, yeah. They're kind of military leaders, so because they have that military, they would be considered military. What do you got?
Yeah, we're between free peasants and normal peasants are the normal peasants like owners like that.
They're serfs. Think of them like serfs. They're tied to the land. They can't do whatever they want. Free peasants can kind of just wander around and kind of live their life. If they, say for instance, you hate the guy you work for, Morgan, you can say, screw you, I'm out, and you walk off. If Rod is a serf, okay, and he hates the guy he works for, he's like, well, damn it, and kicks the dirt and keeps working. Can't do anything about it for his whole life. And your kids are going to hate him, and the kids after that hate him, the whole thing. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the general who is going to conquer parts of North Africa, Italy, Spain, and France? Good. Good. What is it, William?
Belisarius.
Belisarius. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is...
Wait, Charles,
Sorry.
What? Belisarius. Belisarius. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what do we call the official break in the Christian faith? What do we call the official break in the Christian faith? Good. Bobby. Schism. The great schism is going to create what two sects? On your whiteboard. Good. What are they? What do we got, Rod?
Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic.
There you go. Now, we've already talked about how Eastern Orthodox was adopted by the Kievians, correct? Why would the Kievians pick up Eastern Orthodox? Why,
Their
William?
biggest trade partner was the Byzantine Empire.
Okay.
East or North
Perfect. And it also, by being part of Eastern Orthodoxies, it strengthened the rulers. Yes, because what are they able to claim now? With Christianity, what are they able to claim? Morgan? Religious power. For the first time, they're claiming religious power. That they're not a god, but the God selected them to rule, and it makes them, strengthens them.
The Roman Catholic God.
Roman Catholics aren't, there's no king really. There's a Charlemagne, but Charlemagne rises and falls in one generation, remember? So there's no centralized government, so they're just kind of playing with sticks over there. Even though Ren hates when I say that, but I do what I want. I'm not going to be bullied. On your whiteboard, please tell me what crusade is going to sack Constantinople in 1204. Good. What is it? Philip. Fourth Crusade. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is, please tell me. You're really good for tomorrow's test. Like, you really are. So take out your focus and your spice. Let me help you there. What?
You know, like symbols like alphabet. Is that like one of the right languages we need to know for like saying?
Wait, what?
Like the book, it's like single or silo.
Oh, that. Yeah. Don't worry about it. What do you got, Amy?
I feel like I don't understand like how the Franks like were like.
Okay, so the Franks are just a random group of people that live in what we call France today, which is why they're called Franks. The Franks are eventually going to pull their shit together, essentially, and they're going to create the Carolingian Empire off of the back of Charles Martel. So the Carolingian Empire is directly created, thank you very much, is directly caused from the Franks. Well, after the Carolingian Empire collapses because Charlemagne's 3 kids are killing each other, right? It just collapses back into chaos in Western Europe. And nothing is happening in Western Europe, as in governments rising, for another like 400, 500 years.
So Caroline was in the Western.
Yes. That is Charlemagne, Charles Martel, and all that stuff. Because after the Carolingian falls, there's no one to check the Vikings. The Vikings aren't raiding yet because they don't want to mess with the Carolingian, which is the strongest empire in the region. So what they do is they avoid the Carolingian. Once the Carolingians are gone, they're like, let's do it. Let's roll. And they go out and start raiding, and that's when feudalism runs. All right. I'm looking at your, let's do spice first. What do we got? What do you need help with on your spice? Nathan. What?
As for Byzantine.
As for Byzantine, so your wealthiest classes are going to be constantly wearing purple. It's a new thing. AP loves that crap. What's another S for Byzantine? What do you got, Cynthia?
The emperor was about above the patriarch.
There you go. Okay, that the emperor is more powerful than the religious patriarch. Okay. Keep in mind, another S would be, I just had a really good one. Oh, that literacy is spread throughout all social classes. That's good. Alright, what else do you need? We got Kylie.
Integration with land with environment. Or
Wait, what?
Byzantine.
I for Byzantine. They're located along the Bosporus, which is a body of water in between the Black Sea and the Mediterranean. They are heavily exporting grains, by the way, on that Silk Road. They also are trading gold, which if you start seeing, like, have you seen the mosaic of Justinian yet in New York?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of those pieces are made out of gold. You can also say that Justinian's the one to build the wall around the city.
I wasn't sure that was the upper down political as well.
Oh, for sure, you can use it. As long as you justify. You saw the essays, guys. As long as you
Yeah.
can argue whatever you want, you totally can. What else? What do you got, Sophia?
I have an I for the Acadians.
Okay, I hate them. The Volga is their most important resource. VULGA. We're going to talk about the Volga again in World War II. Have you ever heard of Stalingrad?
Yep.
It's awesome. Enemy at the Gates, have you seen that movie? Oh, you've got to see it, man. It's awesome. Enemy at the Gates is my favorite war movie. It's about Stalingrad. 5.5 million people are going to die in that city.
That was like a that was the invasion.
It's total, but on both. Yeah, that's where the Russians hold the Nazis. And it's just completely obliterated. It's just death everywhere. It's insane. It's just crazy. And it's a lot of Russians killing Russians, too. So, you know, just a casual day in Russia. All right, what else do you need? Anything else in your spice? Cool. Turn your focus. All right, I do want to talk about your focus. Now, this is what your focus is going to look like from here on out, ever. Are you glad that every once in a while we bump up the ante?
The who?
Yeah, it's exciting. May I borrow your focus? It's perfectly fine that you haven't done any of it yet.
I've done my spice forward.
Sounds like a terrible idea, friend, but that's okay. You do you. You do you, man. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so here is what your focus is going to look like for the rest of your life. Now, I have made a promise to you, and I do try to keep it down to 2 pages. You notice that your spice this week was short, which is why I gave a little bit more on your focus. And I'm going to try to hold on to it because I'm not trying to murder you. Fast. Slowly, yes. Fast, no. So with that being said, I am trying to condense information. So how I would attack your focus from here on out is you always start on the left-hand side. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Okay. The right-hand side is really for analysis. It's that synthesis component, which is annoying. And since I've been doing it, I've kind of evolved and stuff like this. This is the first time you've seen it. This is the first one I made of it, and I'm trying to tweak it, and every time I do it a little bit better. Does that make sense? So I'm like 2 weeks ahead of you in content creation, and so I'm streamlined some of this crap out. Does that make sense? But it's still the same format. So what I would do, ladies and gentlemen, is I would answer your left about halfway down the sheet, and then try answering these questions as you go. Does that make sense? Okay? If you try to do one and then go back, you're going to be super confused. Do like half a sheet and then check over. Do a half a sheet, check over. If you can't answer it, then it's going to be coming up later up in your textbook. Does that make sense? The reason is because if I spread it out so the analysis was tied directly right across from the questions, it's going to be like 6 pages long. And like I don't want to kill that many trees. B, I think psychologically it's way more devastating. Can we agree? So, yes, I know it doesn't match up perfectly, and I'm really sorry, but I'm trying to live up to a promise here. Our promise to 157 kids. So that's why. So go through the left and then check over. Go to the left, check over. Go to the left, check over. Is everyone clear on how that works? Now, for the Tang questions, like right here, you can put a smiley face for all the Tang ones. Does that make you happy? Javi was like, this is the greatest moment of my life. All right, what do you need? What do you need, Javi?
How did its location keep it protected after rainfall? Like the first one, or
Why did this keep... Oh, we're talking about the Eastern Empire. That question is focusing on the Eastern Empire. Why was the Eastern Empire going to be held in that location? Why? Why is the Eastern Empire thriving while Western Europe is falling post-Rome? Why, Rod? They have more money. And why do they have more money, Rod? Because they're trading on the Silk Road. So talking about the trade coming through, the Silk Road coming through Constantinople is going to keep the eastern half alive and eventually become a thriving metropolis. Autumn.
So did we learn that?
Not yet. That's why you're putting a smiley face.
Oh,
Anytime you see a Tang question, you can put a smiley face. Now, on future assignments, I've deleted it out. I'm doing this along with you, and it's a really great idea for me as an analysis component, but like in my head, I'm ahead of you, and I'm like, oh my god, this would be a great time to compare it to the Tang. But in practicality, you people don't know the Tang.
It's the only Tang question.
No, there's another one too. Is it coming from the kid who hasn't started it yet? No. There's another one, I think. I think there's another one. What do you got, Morgan?
How is the Byzantine role similar to the government in relation?
Okay, how are the Byzantines and the Kievians similar? They're both using what religion? What sect? Eastern Orthodox. And Eastern Orthodox is really good at complementing the power and authority of the emperor. You're also going to see that they are going... That would be the best answer there, Morgan. How much time do I have, Morgan? Perfect. What else do you need? No one else needs anything? What do you got, Cynthia?
When it says on the first page, who influenced this decision? Who was
It's
they
Justinian. It's Justinian. What else do you need? I'm literally giving you answers and you people need nothing. Cool, if you're done, I'm done. Why? Sophia. Why?
I don't know. Why would somehow the Byzantine Empire last for like all the years? And it's just because of physical barriers.
You can totally talk about physical barriers. You can talk about their roads. You can talk about how much money they have coming through on the Silk Road. You can talk about how the amount of water around them protects their actual cities. You can talk about all that stuff. What do you got, Cynthia?
When it says, how would this create a strong connection between Eastern Europe and Russia? Would it be talking about the marriage between one of the
You can talk about that, or you can talk about the Kievan dependence on Byzantine trade. Yeah, the slave thing would be a great example of evidence. What do you got, Emerson?
It says, how did he help preserve the legacy of the Roman Empire?
That's Justinian, and how did he protect it? How did he protect the Roman Empire? Legacy. Jake.
Because Balsaris conquers everything.
There you go. He's going to try to conquer about 75% of it. He's also going to build the Hagia Sophia using a lot of Roman architecture in order to support it and keep it glamorized, of course. You're also going to see that he recodifies the 12 tables. He's also going to preserve all their art and culture. He calls himself the New Romans, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you have a long night ahead of you, like a lot of you.
It's like 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
This one was
I have
Michelle.
not started. I will be done with
Just wanted to
It only took me 2 hours this week, and I was so proud. It only takes like 5 or 6. I get really distracted. I was pretty proud.
All right, if you're good, I'm good. Because, like, I'm